The sun dipped low over the wide plains, painting the horizon in shades of crimson and gold. The town of Dry Creek sat quietly, its wooden saloon doors swinging lazily in the evening breeze. Cattle bawled in the distance, and the smell of dust mixed with tobacco smoke. Inside the sheriff's office, rancher Elias Boone leaned back in his chair. He wasn't law, but he was trusted more than most lawmen. Folks respected him because he carried himself straight, spoke little, and kept promises. That night, a frantic knock shattered the calm. When Elias opened the door, a woman stumbled in, her dress torn, her hair tangled, her face streaked with tears and dirt. "I'll give you everything," she cried, clutching his coat, "but you have to help me, before they find me." Act 1, The Plea for Help. Her name was Clara May, and she came from one of the richest families in the territory. But wealth, she confessed, could not protect her from the curse her family carried. Her father had made deals with dangerous men, outlaws, killers, and worse. Now, after her father's sudden death, those men demanded payment, and the price was her. Elias frowned. "Why come to me? You got gold, land, and hired guns." Clara's eyes burned with desperation. "Because you're the only man in Dry Creek who doesn't want my money. I've heard stories, you help people because it's right. If I stay in my family's mansion tonight, they'll drag me away before morning." Elias studied her. She was trembling, yet something behind her fear felt hidden, like a secret she dared not speak. Act 2, Shadows on the Prairie. That same night, riders appeared at Elias's ranch. 6 men, guns at their sides, faces shadowed beneath wide-brimmed hats. Their leader, Silas Crow, had a voice like rattlesnake skin. "Hand her over, Boone. She's ours by right." Elias stepped forward, shotgun in hand. "A woman ain't property. You best ride out of here before you find yourselves buried in the dust." The standoff was tense, the moonlight silvering the barrels of their revolvers. Finally, Silas spat on the ground. "You've made a mistake, Boone. You don't know the truth about her." The riders left, but not for good. Elias knew they'd return, with fire and blood. Act 3, The Dark Secret Revealed. By the crackling fire inside, Clara finally confessed. Her family's fortune was built not on cattle or trade, but on betrayal. Years ago, her father had stolen land from the Apache, then made a secret pact with Silas's gang to massacre anyone who stood in his way. "The blood on our hands, it's why they think I belong to them," Clara whispered. Tears streamed down her face. "My father promised me to Silas when I was a child, as payment for their loyalty." Elias felt the weight of her words. He had known men who lived by greed, but selling your own daughter was a cruelty too deep to forgive. "You came here asking for protection," Elias said slowly. "But what you're really asking is for redemption." Clara nodded. "I'll give you everything, money, land, cattle. But please, don't let them take me." Act 4, Fire at the Ranch. At dawn, Silas and his gang returned, torches in hand. They set fire to Elias's barn and drove the cattle into panic. Gunshots cracked through the cool morning air. Elias and Clara fought side by side. She wasn't helpless. She loaded rifles, passed ammo, and even fired from the window with trembling hands. The ranch shook with chaos, bullets splintering wood, flames roaring higher. At the height of the battle, Silas himself stormed inside. His revolver gleamed as he sneered at Clara. "Your daddy's dead, girl, but a promise is a promise. You're mine." Clara raised a pistol with shaking hands, but Elias stepped between them. "This ends here," Elias growled. The two men clashed, fists, gun butts, rage spilling out in a violent struggle. Finally, Elias drove Silas to the floor. With one last strike, the outlaw leader lay broken. His gang scattered like jackals without their alpha. Act 5, A New Dawn. The ranch was scarred by fire, but still standing. Clara sat in the ashes, her face streaked with soot and tears. "You saved me," she whispered. "But now you know the truth. My family's sins are carved into this land. How can I ever be free of them?" Elias rested his hand on her shoulder. "The past don't vanish, but what matters is what you do now. You're not your father's promise. You choose who you'll be. Clara looked at him, hope flickering through her grief. I'll give you everything, she said softly, but not money, not land. I'll give you my word, that I'll start again. Honest. With you, if you'll have me. Elias stared at the horizon, where the first light of morning spilled across the plains. Startin' again, he said. That's worth more than gold. Together, they walked into the dawn, not as rancher and runaway, but as two souls facing a future no longer chained to the sins of the past.